everybody. I'm sitting on the floor here. Gotta adjust myself a little bit. There we go. I'm here to do my very brief Migidoll body review. I have to do it briefly because my phone won't upload videos over 15 minutes, and my computer has rejected my phone, and I don't know why. So this is the Migidoll boy body that you will receive if you order him. I have the Ryu head. He's so cute. Obviously, he has been customized already, so bear that in mind. He won't come like that. He stands at 60 centimeters, about. The website says 63, but I just measured him and it was 60, so I don't know. He takes 14 millimeter eyes. His are from Ursiflora. I think that if maybe the irises were smaller, it would look better, but I like these eyes, so that's all that matters. He'll take an 8-9 wig, or it really just depends. His head cap isn't on right, so I think an 8-9 is a little tight for him, but I think an 8-9 wig will suffice. My first thoughts about this body, aside from the hassle, is he's wonderfully sculpted. He has flawless joints, like flawless, no seams. You can barely tell, except he's a little stained. But he has a great sculpted chest. His arms are nicely detailed. His neck is really nice. His back is just as pretty. His back. And he's just all around a really nice looking doll. So I'm gonna get on to this review. Alright, so sitting him up. And then he's falling. He does not like to sit up if you don't slouch him. So this is the inside of the head cap. You'll get an S-hook and a butt ton of elastic. This is not the original elastic he came in. Then he's got his eye wells, which he has really tiny eye wells. And I've seen a newer Migidoll head, and they changed the inside. And there's magnets now on both sides. I have the older head. He's almost a year old. So, but he's got a notch here that's elevated. It's kind of hard to see, but he's got a notch. And then this is the head cap. It's got MD Ryu, but I think they look a little different now. Again, I've seen a newer one, and they look a lot different. Moving on. Please cooperate. His head can move up, down really well. Up, not as well. He can move side to side. He can turn his head side to side pretty well. Of course, now he's not going to cooperate because he's sitting here naked and he's not happy with me. His torso, this is really hard to do with one hand, bear with me, is a two-part torso. He slouches, obviously, very well. If I can get him to arch. He can also arch back really, really well. Again, I'm not doing him justice because this is really hard with one hand. I imagine if he was smaller, this would be easier. His sitting up position is not very good. He wants to lean back. So if you want him to moderately sit up, he's either slouching or he's leaning back. So that's his torso and the abs. So his shoulder is really neat. If I can show you. There are gears in his shoulder that help lock his arm into place so it will stay up. And you got 3 notches in there. And it's really nice, seamless line here. His elbow is kind of tricky. It's got this weird little piece on it, but it is double jointed, but you do have to kind of force it into place. So that's kind of what it looks like. You could probably just sand this piece off and you'd be fine, and it wouldn't look so weird, but other than that, it's pretty flawless. I mean, aside from the large amount of work that you have to do. His wrists are pretty simple. The one thing about the Migidoll, aside from the other things that upset me about this, is the S-hook in him. His wrists and his ankles have extremely small S-hooks that there's a metal bar in here, but they have extremely small S-hooks. And the thing is, I'd switch them out, but his holes in his joints are really, really narrow and very, very small. And if I could show you, if he will cooperate. Nope, that's my hand. I don't know, it's really small, and it's hard to see because this lighting's bad, and I'm having a hard time with one hand. But anyway, so they're really small, and I'm worried that a bigger S-hook may not fit. So, that's a thing. So then, look at his lovely blanket. Okay. Now to embarrass him further, he doesn't have a swivel joint. He's just a basic ginormous joint here, and it moves up, down. It kind of swivels a little bit, not by much, but that's okay because I feel like if it swiveled too much, it'd be really, really annoying. His knees are pretty straightforward. They're a lot like the elbows. You have this like awkward looking piece. Under clothes, you can't even tell. But his knees pose the best. I love these knees. They pose so well and so flawlessly, and he can just do whatever the heck he wants, whenever he wants. If he's wearing clothes, usually. But they're pretty flawless. As you can see, mine's a little stained. So make sure that you wash your pants before you put them on. And I did wash them and they still stained him, but whatever. Very nice calves. His legs are ginormous. Like, I can fit these 2 fingers around comfortably. Almost not at all, actually. Like, the tips just touch. On the website, it said 15 centimeter around legs. I believe it. So, he's got ginormous thunder thighs. His ankle joints are pretty much the same as his wrists, with the little bar and the itty-bitty S-hook. There's like this lip here. I don't know why that's there, because there's no extra movement. He's got really cute little feet. And his little toes. So, he's really cute. He's got cute feet. He's also got lovely hands. The Migidoll hands are gorgeous. They're very well sculpted and very nice. That's one. And this is the other hand. He is getting jointed hands. So, but, so here comes my pros and cons of this body. Starting off with good things, the pros is he's a gorgeous sculpt. The head's gorgeous, the body looks great. Overall, aesthetically, this is a very lovely body. And it's so much better in person. He just does not want to stop. I can't even get him to. How about you sit? That's great. You sit. Look at him. Aesthetically, he's very pleasing. Like in a sculpting artistic way. And he looks good with clothes. So that's really all that matters, because he doesn't go trumpsing around in his underpants. I don't even know if that's a word. Anyway, the knees are wonderful. They're flawless and whatnot. The wrists pose great. The arms, the elbow joints, it depends on the day. And he slouches like a dream. He is probably, I've seen Dolce slouches, he comes really close to it. And I like that he can also, his torso can move side to side. He just won't do it today. But, all in all, he's, a very nice looking doll, nice looking body, and he poses semi-okay. So here's my cons. Are you ready for this? This body has been a pain in the butt since I got him. I don't want to deter anyone from this body. I really don't. But I think if I had done my research a bit more, I probably would have hybridized him. Mainly because I have restrung him with 5mm elastic, and I hawk loose weighted him, and he still is just a mess. He won't pose. Like, his elbows and his knees and his wrists are the best posers. He can barely stand on his own. Because of the tiny S-hooks and the weird ankles, he is constantly, like, his ankles buckle under him, and he won't stand. That in and of itself, since he can't really do much, and it's really hard to get him to move his arms, like, you really have to work at it. And the same with Oriha. But I don't know, I do like it. I just feel like it's a lot of work for the amount I paid for him. And I think Migidoll would do better if they fixed a few things. Like, for instance, the size of the holes in his joints are really small. It's ridiculous. And I think if they changed maybe the way the S-hooks work, they constantly are snapping and buckling, and it's really terrible. But those two things in and of itself, I think would help this body tremendously, and then it could be a really awesome one. I think this body has a lot of potential if you know what you're doing. And I think that Migidoll could change some things that could even make it better. And I have no qualms with the company whatsoever, so don't think I'm like sitting here bashing them, because I absolutely love them. I love pretty much all their sculpts. Their bodies are phenomenal looking. They just have some mechanics they need to fix. And I think that that would help the body tremendously. But I'm no expert, so. But I hope this helped you guys, for those of you, because I have not, because when I was looking into getting him, there were no reviews for the Migidoll body at all. Maybe one, and it was really hard to hear. So I hope this helps anybody who's interested in the Migidoll body, the Migidolls. I highly recommend them. Really nice people. The head sculpts are phenomenal. The bodies, they're hit or miss. But, all in all, I really adore him, as you can tell. So I'm going to cut this video off because it's getting long, so I hope this helped. Bye!